If you came across this question here on the test, how would you solve it? A lot of people freeze up when they see geometry. I myself for a long time had a huge mental block. I would look at the figure and not even know where to start, and maybe that's the case for you too. You see a rectangle, you see a triangle, some measurements, and you think, where do I start solving this? And this question here is interesting because it can be solved in two completely different ways. In the first one, we'll use the metric relations of the triangle and rectangle, and in the second, we'll use the Pythagorean theorem. So, grab paper and pen and try to solve it before watching my solution. Do you think you can do it? Come with me and I'll show you the solution. Before finishing, I want to thank all of you. Thanks to our community, we made it to the top 20 in Brazil in the Premier Best 2026 in the Education Influencer category. If my videos have helped you in any way, I ask for your support on this journey. You can vote every day and the link is in the description of this video in the first pinned comment. Thank you so much for your support, your trust, and for being part of this achievement. So, were you able to solve it on your own? Let's go to the solution. The first way to solve it, we'll use the metric relations of the triangle and the right triangle. Look, what is the area of the shaded region indicated in the figure? The shaded region is this highlighted area, okay? The first step is this. We already have two measurements that the drawing has given us, right? This measurement here, this one is equal to 2 centimeters, and this one here is equal to 8 centimeters. Taking these two measurements, that's equal to 10 centimeters. That means the base of this rectangle measures 10 centimeters. And actually, looking at the triangle, we have the hypotenuse, which is the side opposite the 90-degree angle. So we already have the hypotenuse of this right triangle, okay? Well, there's a property of a right triangle, which is the following. Look, the square of the altitude relative to the hypotenuse is equal to the product of the projections of the legs onto the hypotenuse. Look at this drawing here, see? We have the right triangle, just like in our figure here, and we have the altitude, which goes from point A, from the vertex of the triangle up there, down to point H, right? That's the altitude of the triangle. Now notice that this ray, which divided triangle ABC into two other triangles, created two projections on the base of the triangle, one projection M and one projection N. And that's exactly the relationship we're going to use. Look, the altitude squared equals M times N. Now, looking at the drawing from our problem, it will be exactly like this. Look, we have the altitude relative to the hypotenuse, the projections M and N, which are exactly the same as those measurements up there, 2 centimeters and 8 centimeters. Using this metric relationship of the altitude relative to the hypotenuse, it's h squared equals m times n, so it will be h squared equals 2 times 8. 2 times 8 is 16, so h squared is equal to 16. What number squared is 16? You can do that in your head, right? So the height is equal to 4. We found the height, we found the base of the triangle, which is equal to 10. To find this area, the area of the triangle, base times height divided by 2, we already have the base, which is 10, already 10. We found the height, which is 4. Substituting into the formula, the area will be equal to the base, which is 10 times the height, which is 4, all of that divided by 2. 10 times 4, 40, so it will be 40 divided by 2. We conclude that the area of the triangle, which is the shaded area, which is what we want to find, is equal to 20 square centimeters. Whoever chose letter C got the question right. It's that simple, guys. Now, is there another way to solve it? There is. There's another way using the Pythagorean theorem. I'll show you this other way step by step here too. Look, we already have the base of this rectangle here, which is equal to 10, which is the hypotenuse of this larger triangle. We have the altitude to the hypotenuse and the two projections, which are 2 centimeters and 8 centimeters. Analyzing only this red triangle here, you can see that we have the two legs. One is equal to h and the other is equal to 2. We want to find its hypotenuse. I'm going to call the hypotenuse x. Using the Pythagorean theorem, it will be like this. Look, x squared equals the height squared plus 2 squared, right? The square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the legs. So x squared will be equal to h squared plus 2 squared, which is 4. 4, I'll keep this information here, okay? X squared equals the height squared plus 4. Now, analyzing this other triangle here, this triangle that's in blue, we also have the two legs. One leg is equal to h and the other is equal to 8. I'm going to represent the hypotenuse of this triangle here as y. Using the Pythagorean theorem, the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the legs. It will be y squared equals h squared plus 8 squared. 8 squared is 60. It's 64. So y squared will be equal to h squared plus 64. All right, I saved this information. Now let's look at this big triangle here. It's the area of this triangle that we want to find. Looking closely at this triangle, we have the hypotenuse, which is equal to 10. It's the side that's opposite the 90-degree angle, 10 centimeters, and we have the two legs, x and y. Using the Pythagorean theorem again, it will be like this. Look, x squared plus y squared equals 10 squared. I just switched the way of setting up the Pythagorean theorem here, okay? I wrote the sum of the squares of the legs equals the square of the hypotenuse. It's the same thing, you know? Good. Substituting here, look, x squared, which we already have, we saved it here. See? X squared is equal to h squared plus 4, so I'm going to substitute instead of x squared, I'll put h squared plus 4. Plus c squared, we also already have that. I squared is h squared plus 64, I'll substitute. Instead of y squared, I'll put h squared plus 64. That's equal to 10 squared. 10 squared is 100. Well, I can add here, look, h squared plus h squared, 2h squared. That's going to be equal to 100. Now, plus 4 plus 64 is plus 68. Moving it to the other side of the equal sign, it becomes minus 68. With that, look, 2h squared is going to be equal to 100 minus 68, which is 32. All right? So 2h squared is equal to 32. I'm going to take the 2 that's multiplying the h squared. I'm going to move it to the other side dividing. So h squared will be equal to 32 divided by 2. 32 divided by 2 is 16. So we conclude that h squared is 16. Now what number squared is 16? It's 4, right? With that we conclude that h is equal to 4. I found the height. All right, I have the base and I have the height. I'll even leave it up here. The height is equal to 4 and the base of the triangle is equal to 10. Using the formula that we used back in the first formula we solved, right? The area of the triangle is base times height divided by 2. It's going to be the same thing. I'll just repeat it here. Look, we had already solved it here. Look, the base area, which is 10 times the height, which is 4 divided by 2, 40 divided by 2, the area is equal to 20 square centimeters. There's the second way to solve it. So, did you get the question right? Tell me in the comments which option you chose before looking at my solution. Now, did you use the metric relations of the triangle and rectangle, or did you use the Pythagorean theorem? If this video helped you understand geometry in a simple way, leave a like on the video, share it with your friends on social media, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And just to remind you all, I'm competing for the iBest Award in the Education Influencer category. If you like my work and want to help me keep producing free math content, the link to vote for me is in the video description and in the first pinned comment. And I want to thank everyone who's voting already. Remember, you can vote every day, okay? Warm regards from Professor Robson Lyers. I hope to see you in the next class.